pages of a sacred book, the secrets unfold. 40 servants, ancient powers, waiting to be told. From love to wealth, destruction.
All right, let's dive into something pretty unique.
Yeah.
The 40 servants. Have you heard of this?
I have, yeah.
Okay, good. So we're going to be exploring this. It's a system of archetypes used for divination and magic. We're going to be pulling from the Grimoire of the 40 Servants by Tommie Kelly.
Excellent.
Now, I know for some people this might sound a bit out there.
Right.
But trust me, it gets really fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
When we dig deeper. So tell me, what are the 40 Servants?
Well, I think what's fascinating here is this system isn't shrouded in mystery.
Okay.
It's actually surprisingly accessible.
Right.
And Kelly presents these archetypes as servitors.
Oh.
Thought forms imbued with purpose, and they represent these fundamental powers and ideas.
Right.
Think of them like the blueprint for energies that have existed since the dawn of time.
Okay, so these blueprints exist in our minds.
Exactly.
That's a pretty cool concept.
And what's even cooler is that the more we engage with these archetypes,
right,
the more potent they become.
Oh, wow.
For everyone. It's like we're all adding to this collective reservoir of energy.
So it's not just about personal exploration.
Yeah.
It's about tapping into something much larger than ourselves.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That collective aspect really sets the system apart. Now let's dive into how these 40 servants can be used for divination. Think of it as a way to gain insight into your past, present, and even possible futures.
I love that idea, like having a cosmic compass guiding us through life. So how does it actually work?
It's all about interacting with the archetypes.
Okay.
You randomly select cards,
Okay.
each representing a different servant.
Gotcha.
And through their arrangement and symbolism,
Right.
you can uncover hidden patterns, gain new perspectives on situations,
Okay.
understand the underlying forces at play. It's like shining a light on your subconscious.
Okay, so that makes me think about those classic tarot spreads,
Yeah.
like the Celtic Cross or something.
Right.
Can those be adapted for the 40 servants?
Absolutely. You can adapt those well-known spreads or explore single-card draws for quick insights. There's even a simple 2-card spread for do this, don't do this kind of guidance. The key is that there's no right or wrong way.
Okay.
It's all about finding what resonates with you.
That's what I love about these systems. Like, you can kind of just find your own way.
Yeah.
The personal connection. It's not about following rigid rules. It's about finding what speaks to you.
And that emphasis on personal connection extends to how Kelly approaches reversals.
Okay.
He doesn't see them as strictly necessary,
Right.
as each card embodies both positive and negative aspects.
Okay.
It's about understanding the nuance, not just seeing things as black and white.
So it's more about understanding the whole picture rather than getting hung up on whether a card is upright or reversed.
Exactly. It's about embracing complexity.
Right.
And speaking of embracing the full spectrum of experience, let's move into the realm of magic.
This is where it gets exciting for me.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just seeking insight here. We're actively working with these energies to make things happen.
Exactly. And when we talk about magic in this context,
Right.
we're not talking about pulling rabbits out of hats.
Okay.
It's about aligning your will
Right.
with these archetypal energies to bring about desired outcomes. It's about utilizing techniques, rituals, and even just your intention
Okay.
to move closer to your goals,
Okay.
whatever those may be.
Give me some examples. Like, what kind of magic can we actually do with these servants?
The possibilities are truly vast.
Okay.
Kelly outlines some captivating examples in the Grimoire.
Okay.
Imagine using the carnal
Okay.
to boost your sexual confidence,
Oh.
or the healer to aid in recovery from illness, or picture yourself working with the road opener to clear those pesky obstacles that keep popping up.
Okay. You had me at the carnal.
Yeah.
But seriously, that makes it so much more tangible, those examples.
Yeah.
Like, you really get it.
Mhm.
It's like having a whole team of specialists
Right.
at your disposal, each one focused on a different aspect of your life.
That's a great way to think about it. And each servant brings a unique set of tools and energies to the table.
Okay. So I'm ready to meet the team. I know we can't go through all 40 servants.
Right.
But can we get a glimpse into some of these key players?
Absolutely. Let's start with the adventurer. This archetype is all about embracing new experiences, pushing past your comfort zone,
Okay.
and saying yes to the unknown.
The adventurer sounds right up my alley. Always up for new experiences.
Then there's the balancer, essential for finding that sweet spot
Okay.
in all areas of your life. It's about restoring harmony, whether it's in your work-life balance,
Uh-huh.
your relationships, or even your finances.
Balance is definitely something I strive for. It's so easy to get caught up in the chaos and lose sight of what truly matters.
Absolutely.
What about, how about the carnal? I think you piqued my curiosity with that one earlier.
The carnal is all about embracing your sensuality, feeling good in your own skin, and owning your desires. It's a reminder that pleasure and attraction are natural parts of life.
Okay, that's definitely a servant I want to get to know better.
Yeah.
What about those who are feeling, maybe a little more reserved, a little more disciplined?
Then we have the chaste.
Okay.
Now, before you think it's all about restriction and denial,
Right.
consider this. The chaste is about finding that inner balance, knowing when to indulge and when to hold back.
Okay.
It's about self-control and cultivating inner peace amidst life's chaos.
So it's not about suppressing desires. It's about finding a healthy balance.
Exactly. It's that interplay that creates true harmony. And that's what makes this system so brilliant.
Right.
It acknowledges the full spectrum of human experience. We have the wild and adventurous, represented by the adventurer, and the calm and contemplative, embodied by the chaste.
Yeah, it's like two sides of the same coin, both necessary for wholeness.
Precisely. And that duality is reflected throughout the system. Now, I'm curious, what other servants are calling out to you? What aspects of life are you particularly interested in exploring?
I've always been fascinated by the idea of accessing hidden knowledge. Tapping into that wellspring of wisdom that seems to exist beyond the everyday world.
Right.
Are there any servants that kind of speak to that?
Absolutely. In that case, we need to talk about the conductor, the contemplator, and the librarian.
Okay, yeah, those names definitely pique my interest. Let's start with the conductor.
Okay. The conductor is all about taking charge, being the maestro of your own life,
Okay.
recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality and orchestrate the experiences you desire.
I love that metaphor. It's like we're each composing our own symphony of life,
Yeah.
choosing the instruments and the melodies that create our unique masterpiece.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And when it comes to accessing that deeper wisdom,
Right.
the contemplator is a powerful ally.
Okay.
It's about quieting the mental chatter,
Right.
tapping into the power of your subconscious mind,
Yeah.
and allowing those profound insights and solutions to emerge.
It's like having that inner sage, like a wise guide who can offer clarity and direction when we need it most. What about the librarian? What role do they play in this quest for knowledge?
The librarian is the keeper of knowledge, the guardian of information.
Yeah.
This servant encourages us to never stop learning, to delve into subjects that fascinate us,
Right.
and to constantly expand our understanding of the world.
It's like having access to a cosmic library, like an endless source of wisdom and inspiration.
Exactly.
But sometimes, even with all that knowledge at our fingertips, we still need, like a little guidance, a
Yeah.
helping hand along the way. Are there any servants that can offer that kind of support?
Absolutely. For that, we can turn to the dancer, the dead, and the depleted. They each offer unique forms of support and remind us that we're never truly alone.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about the dancer. What kind of support does that archetype offer?
The dancer embodies resilience and the ability to find joy even amidst challenges. Think of it as a reminder that life is a dance
Okay.
with its own rhythm and flow. Sometimes we just have to go with it,
Right.
embrace the ups and downs,
Right.
and keep moving forward.
It's about finding that inner strength and grace, that
Yep.
ability to adapt and flow with the changes life throws at us.
Precisely. Now, the dead might sound a bit ominous,
Yeah.
but it's actually a very comforting presence.
Really? How so? I'm not usually one to seek comfort from the dearly departed.
Well, in this context,
Really?
the dead represents our connection to our ancestors, to those who came before us.
Uh-huh.
It's a reminder that we're part of a lineage carrying their wisdom and experiences within us.
Right.
And they're always there to support us.
Okay. That's a much different perspective. It's like having a spiritual cheering section rooting for us from beyond the veil.
Exactly. And lastly, we have the depleted, which might not sound uplifting at first glance.
Yeah, the depleted doesn't exactly screen good vibes.
True, but it's an essential part of the cycle.
Okay. All right.
The depleted reminds us that sometimes we need to rest,
Right.
to recharge, to allow ourselves to be empty so we can be filled again.
Okay.
It's about recognizing our limits and honoring the need for renewal.
I like that. It's like that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just have to let yourself be depleted before you can be replenished.
Exactly. And that's where the true wisdom lies, in understanding and working with the 40 servants. It's about recognizing that each archetype, even the ones that seem challenging or negative, has a valuable lesson to teach us.
We've only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling inspired. What other servants are waiting to be discovered?
Here again, we deal with new books about chaos magic. You can understand now that have many ways to practice chaos magic in your life. And by the way, everything could not be called chaos magic because chaos magic is all kind of magic. So be comfortable to tell me anything about these videos I make for you every time, okay? Here in
Chaos Magic time.
Well, next we have the Desperate, the Devil, and the Explorer.
Okay.
These servants deal with challenges,
Right.
facing our shadows, and the power of personal growth.
Okay, let's start with the Desperate.
Okay.
That sounds a bit intense.
The Desperate definitely packs a punch.
Okay.
It embodies those times when we feel utterly lost
Right.
and hopeless, as if we're drowning in despair. It's the rock bottom, the dark night of the soul.
There's a purpose to that darkness.
Yeah.
Like, even in those depths of despair, there's a lesson to be learned.
Absolutely. The Desperate, while challenging, can be a powerful catalyst for change.
Okay.
It forces us to confront our deepest fears,
Okay.
to surrender to what is, and ultimately to find the strength to rise from the ashes.
It's like the saying, sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you can rebuild. So even the Desperate in its intensity offers a path towards transformation.
Yeah.
What about the Devil? That one has always sparked my curiosity, especially in this context.
The devil is often misunderstood.
Right.
It's not about evil or temptation in the traditional sense.
Okay.
Think of it more as those self-imposed limitations, those chains we place upon ourselves
Okay.
that hold us back from our true potential.
So it's about breaking free from those limiting beliefs,
Exactly.
those inner demons that keep us playing small.
The devil encourages us to question those rules and restrictions we've internalized,
Right.
to challenge the voices of doubt and fear, and to step into our power.
It's like a rebellion against the limitations we've created for ourselves, a call to reclaim our true selves. After that intensity, I'm ready for something a little more uplifting. What about the Explorer?
The Explorer is all about embracing personal growth, expanding our horizons, and discovering new facets of ourselves.
Okay.
It encourages us to step outside our comfort zones,
Right.
to try new things, and to embark on that exciting journey of self-discovery.
It's like setting off on a grand adventure, both inwardly and outwardly. The Explorer reminds us that life is about exploring, learning, and continuously evolving.
Precisely. And that journey of exploration takes us to our next trio of servants: the Eye, the Father, and the Fixer.
Okay.
These archetypes deal with guidance,
Right.
facing challenges, and finding solutions.
Okay, let's start with the Eye. What's the story behind that one?
The Eye represents that sense of a higher power,
Oh.
a guiding force, a cosmic intelligence that orchestrates the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
It reminds us that even when things seem chaotic or random, there's a bigger plan unfolding.
It's about trusting that everything happens for a reason,
Exactly.
even when we can't see the bigger picture.
The Eye encourages us to surrender to the flow of life, to trust in the unseen forces at play,
Right.
and to believe that we're always guided and protected.
That's a comforting thought,
Yeah.
especially when things feel uncertain. What about the Father? What kind of guidance does this archetype offer?
The Father is a figure of wisdom and guidance,
Oh.
but it's not about blind obedience or following rules. It's more about learning from experience, developing our own inner compass,
Right.
and finding the strength to face challenges head on.
It's like having a mentor.
Yeah.
Someone who pushes us to grow and evolve, who challenges us to become more independent and self-reliant.
Precisely. The Father encourages us to take responsibility for our choices, to learn from our mistakes, and to strive to become the best versions of ourselves.
It's about tough love, about pushing us to step into our power.
Exactly. And when it comes to finding solutions,
Yeah.
the Fixer is our go-to servant.
That's someone you definitely want on your side when things get tough.
The Fixer embodies resourcefulness,
Okay.
determination, and that unwavering belief that there's always a way.
Okay.
It's about finding solutions no matter how challenging the situation may seem.
But I imagine there's a catch, right? There's always a price to pay for getting things fixed.
That's a crucial nuance to understand.
Right.
The Fixer reminds us that every action has a consequence.
Okay.
It encourages us to weigh the costs and benefits,
Right.
consider the potential repercussions, and be prepared to make sacrifices when necessary.
It's like that saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Every solution comes with its own price tag.
Well said. And that's a key takeaway from working with the 40 servants.
Right.
It's not about finding easy answers or quick fixes.
Right.
It's about understanding the complexity of life,
Right.
recognizing the interplay of forces, and ultimately embracing the journey, even the challenging parts.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. I'm starting to see how these archetypes offer like a roadmap for navigating life's complexities. They're not just mystical figures, they're practical guides for understanding ourselves and the world around us.
That's a great insight. And it highlights how the 40 servants aren't just about personal exploration, but also about collective growth.
Right.
As we delve deeper into these archetypes,
Yeah.
we not only unlock our own potential, but also contribute to a greater understanding of the human experience.
Wow, that's powerful. So it's like we're all part of this grand tapestry, each thread representing an individual journey woven together to create something beautiful and intricate.
That's a beautiful analogy. And speaking of threads, let's unravel the next group of servants: the fortunate, the gatekeeper, and the giver. They deal with abundance, accessing hidden realms, and the power of generosity.
Okay. The fortunate definitely sounds promising. Tell me more about that one.
The fortunate embodies good luck, prosperity, and overall well-being.
Okay.
It reminds us that abundance is available to us,
Right.
and we have the power to attract it into our lives.
Now, who wouldn't want a little more good fortune in their life?
Right.
But is it really as simple as wishing for it?
Well, it's not quite like winning the lottery,
Right.
but there's definitely an element of alignment involved.
Okay.
The fortunate encourages us to cultivate a mindset of gratitude,
Right.
appreciate the blessings we already have, and believe in our own worthiness to receive more.
So it's about shifting our internal state, aligning ourselves with the energy of abundance,
Exactly.
both internally and externally. What about the gatekeeper? That one sounds mysterious and alluring.
The gatekeeper represents the thresholds in our lives, those points of transition and transformation.
Okay.
It's about accessing hidden knowledge, venturing into the unknown,
Okay.
and breaking through barriers.
It's like having a key to unlock hidden realms, to step beyond the limitations of our everyday reality and explore new possibilities.
Exactly. The gatekeeper encourages us to be bold,
Right.
to step outside our comfort zone and embrace the adventure of exploring uncharted territories.
It's about pushing past those self-imposed limitations and stepping into a wider world. What about the giver? That one feels heartwarming and generous.
The giver is all about the power of generosity, kindness, and compassion.
Okay.
It reminds us that we're all interconnected, and when we give freely, we not only enrich the lives of others, but also create a ripple effect of positive energy
Right.
that comes back to us.
It's like that saying, what goes around comes around. When we give from a place of genuine generosity, we open ourselves up to receive even more abundance.
Beautifully put. The giver encourages us to be mindful of the gifts we've been given,
Right.
to share our talents and resources with others, and cultivate a spirit of gratitude and appreciation.
This is incredible. We've already covered so much ground.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just scratching the surface of this fascinating system. What about the next set of servants? I'm eager to hear more.
Let's delve into the guru, the healer, and the idea. They deal with practical wisdom,
Okay.
restoring well-being, and the spark of creativity.
Okay. The guru sounds like a wise and insightful mentor. What can you tell us about that one?
The guru embodies the energy of practical wisdom,
Right.
mentorship, and spiritual guidance.
Okay.
It's about finding those teachers and mentors who can help us on our journey, who can share their knowledge and experience, and who can guide us towards our highest potential.
It's like having a personal sage
Yeah.
or a spiritual advisor, someone who can offer wisdom and support when we need it most.
Exactly. The guru encourages us to be open to learning from others, to seek out those who've walked the path before us,
Right.
and to be humble enough to ask for help when we need it.
It's about recognizing that we don't have to figure everything out on our own. We can benefit from the wisdom and experience of others.
Exactly.
What about the healer? With so much emphasis on health and well-being these days, that one feels particularly relevant.
The healer represents the innate power of healing, both within ourselves and in the world around us.
Okay.
It's about restoring balance, mending what's broken, and cultivating wholeness in all areas of our lives.
So it's not just about physical healing.
No.
It's about emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being as well.
Precisely. The healer encourages us to be mindful of our overall well-being, to nurture ourselves on all levels,
Right.
and seek out practices and modalities that support our health and vitality.
It's about tapping into that inner wellspring of resilience and vitality.
Beautifully put. And last but not least, we have the idea.
The idea sparks my curiosity. What's the story behind this archetype?
The idea embodies the spark of creativity, inspiration, and innovation.
Right.
It's about those aha moments. Okay. Sudden flashes of insight and groundbreaking concepts that can change the world.
It's like the universe whispers possibilities into our ears,
Yeah.
waiting for us to bring them to life.
I love that image. The idea encourages us to be open to inspiration, to trust our intuition,
Right.
and have the courage to follow those creative impulses, no matter how unconventional they may seem.
It's about nurturing that inner spark of genius,
Exactly.
believing in our creative potential, and allowing ourselves to express our unique gifts.
And sometimes those creative expressions require us to step back,
Okay.
gain a different perspective,
Right.
find a sense of detachment from the world's chaos.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes we get so caught up in the details that we lose sight of the bigger picture.
And that's where the levitator comes in.
Okay, the levitator. That sounds intriguing. What's the essence of this archetype?
The levitator represents the ability to rise above challenges,
Okay.
to detach from drama, and gain a wider perspective on situations. It's about finding that inner peace and stillness amidst the chaos of life.
It's like taking a step back,
Yeah.
getting some distance from the situation and seeing things from a higher vantage point.
Exactly. The levitator encourages us to let go of those things we can't control, to cultivate a sense of detachment, and to find that place of inner peace and serenity no matter what's happening around us.
It's about finding that, Zen-like calm amidst the storm.
Perfectly put. And once we've gained that higher perspective, we can turn to the librarian for knowledge and the lovers for connection.
Yes. The librarian's all about, that pursuit of knowledge, the joy of learning,
Right.
the expansion of our understanding.
Yeah.
It's about immersing ourselves in books, seeking out information, and constantly expanding our mental horizons.
It's like having access to a vast library of information, both internal and external.
Exactly. The librarian encourages us to be lifelong learners, to cultivate a thirst for knowledge, and to embrace the transformative power of education.
It's about nurturing that inner student, that innate curiosity and desire to learn and grow.
And what about the lovers? That one always sparks interest.
The lovers embodies love, connection, and partnership in all its forms.
Okay.
It's about those deep bonds we forge with others, the joy of intimacy and the power of shared experiences.
So it's not just about romantic love. It's about, those profound connections we make with friends, family, and even with ourselves.
Absolutely. The lovers encourages us to cultivate healthy relationships, to communicate openly and honestly, and to cherish those connections that bring joy and fulfillment to our lives.
It's about nurturing those bonds that make life richer and more meaningful. I'm really starting to see how interconnected these servants are, how they represent different facets of a whole and balanced life.
That's a key insight, and it highlights how the 40 servants work together, each contributing their unique energy and perspective.
This is fascinating. We've explored so many compelling archetypes already.
Yeah.
And I'm eager to delve deeper into the remaining servants.
Well, then we have the master, the media, and the messenger.
Right.
They deal with self-mastery.
Right.
The power of communication and discerning truth.
Okay, the master sounds intriguing. What's the essence of this archetype?
The master embodies self-mastery, inner wisdom, and the realization of our highest potential.
Right.
It's about stepping into our power, embracing our authentic selves, and living a life aligned with our purpose.
It's like becoming the CEO of your own life.
Yeah.
The architect of your destiny.
I love that analogy. The master encourages us to cultivate self-awareness, to develop our talents and skills, and to strive for excellence in all that we do.
Right.
It's about embracing that journey of self-discovery and personal growth.
Yeah.
Constantly striving to become the best versions of ourselves.
What about the media? That one sounds a bit more complex, maybe even a bit shady.
The media is definitely a multifaceted archetype.
Okay.
It represents the power of communication,
Right.
the influence of information,
Uh-huh.
and the potential for both truth and distortion. Right. It's about discerning fact from fiction, navigating the complexities in the media landscape,
Right.
and using our voices wisely.
So it's about being critical thinkers,
Exactly.
questioning what we see and hear,
Yeah,
becoming more discerning consumers of information.
exactly. The media encourages us to be aware of the agendas and biases that shape the narratives we're exposed to,
Right.
seek out diverse perspectives, and to use our platforms to share our truths authentically.
It's about becoming more media literate and empowered to navigate the information overload of our modern world.
Exactly.
What about the messenger? That one sounds intriguing.
The messenger embodies clear communication,
Okay.
divine guidance,
Right.
and the ability to receive and deliver messages effectively.
Okay.
It's about being attuned to our intuition,
Yeah.
listening to our inner voice,
Yeah.
and having the courage to speak our truth.
It's like being a conduit for wisdom, like
Yeah.
a channel for divine inspiration.
Beautifully put. The messenger encourages us to be mindful of the messages we receive, both from within and from the world around us.
Right.
It's about discerning what's true for us,
Huh?
what resonates with our soul, and then having the courage to share those messages with others.
This is incredible. We've explored so many fascinating archetypes already,
Yeah.
and I'm eager to delve deeper into the remaining servants.
Well, then we have the monk, the moon, and the mother.
Oh.
They deal with simplicity,
Right.
hidden truths,
Uh-huh.
and nurturing energy.
Okay, the monk sounds like a calming and introspective presence. What's the essence of this archetype?
The monk embodies simplicity, solitude, and inner peace.
Okay.
It's about finding that stillness within, detaching from the distractions of the world,
Uh-huh.
and connecting with our true nature.
It's like retreating from the busyness of life.
Yeah.
Finding sanctuary in silence.
Yeah.
Connecting with that inner sanctuary of peace.
Beautifully put. The monk encourages us to cultivate a practice of mindfulness, to simplify our lives, and to create space for contemplation and reflection.
It's about finding that balance between the inner and outer worlds, creating space for stillness amidst the chaos. What about the moon? That one always feels like a bit mysterious and alluring.
The moon is a multifaceted archetype, representing the hidden realms, the subconscious mind, and the power of intuition.
Right.
It's about exploring the depths of our being,
Okay.
uncovering those shadow aspects,
Right.
and embracing the fullness of who we are.
So it's about delving into those shadowy parts of ourselves, those aspects we may tend to hide or repress.
Exactly. The moon encourages us to be curious about those hidden parts of ourselves, to explore our dreams and intuitions, and to embrace the full spectrum of our being, both light and shadow.
It's about recognizing that wholeness includes those aspects we may deem negative or undesirable.
It's about integrating all parts of ourselves.
All right.
What about the mother? That one feels nurturing and supportive. The mother embodies unconditional love, nurturing, and abundance.
Okay.
It's about feeling safe, supported, and cherished, both by ourselves and by the world around us.
It's like that feeling of being held and cared for.
Yeah.
Like being wrapped in a warm embrace.
Precisely. The mother encourages us to nurture ourselves and others, to create a sense of safety and belonging, and to tap into that boundless love and abundance that's available to us.
It's about recognizing that we're all worthy of love and care, that we're all part of this interconnected web of life.
That's right. And I'm realizing that these archetypes provide a framework for understanding not only ourselves, but also the dynamics of life itself.
Right.
And that wisdom is further revealed as we explore the interplay between these archetypes.
Okay.
How they challenge and support each other,
Right.
creating a dynamic dance of energies.
Yeah, it's like a cosmic ballet.
Yeah.
Each servant playing a specific role, their movement creating a harmonious and ever-evolving symphony.
Exactly. And as we continue our deep dive, we'll explore those connections. Those intricate relationships that illuminate the true depth and power of the 40 servants.
Okay, I'm hooked. I can't wait to see what other insights await us.
Let's continue our exploration with the opposer, the planet, and the protector.
Yeah.
They deal with overcoming obstacles, finding our place in the cosmos,
Right.
and cultivating a sense of safety and security.
Okay, the opposer sounds like a challenging archetype.
Yeah.
What's the essence of this servant?
The opposer represents those forces that challenge us, the obstacles that stand in our way,
Right.
those situations that test our resilience and determination.
Okay.
It's about facing adversity head on, learning from our struggles,
Right.
and finding the strength to overcome.
So it's about those times when life throws a curveball, forcing us to dig deep and find that inner grit.
Exactly. The opposer encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for growth,
Right.
to develop our problem-solving skills, and to cultivate a spirit of perseverance and resilience.
It's about recognizing that obstacles are a natural part of life's journey, and that overcoming them makes us stronger and more capable.
Yeah.
But sometimes, amidst those challenges, we need to zoom out to gain a wider perspective and remember our place in the grand scheme of things.
And that's where the planet comes in.
Okay, the planet, that sounds vast and cosmic. What's the story behind this archetype?
The planet represents our connection to the cosmos, our place in the grand scheme of things,
Right.
the interconnectedness of all beings.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that awe-inspiring vastness of the universe and our role within it.
It's like zooming out, getting a bird's eye view of reality.
Yeah.
And seeing ourselves as part of something much larger than ourselves.
Exactly. The planet encourages us to expand our perspective,
Right.
to cultivate a sense of wonder and awe, and to recognize that we're all interconnected, part of this intricate web of life that spans the cosmos.
It's about recognizing that we're not just individuals, but part of something much grander and more magnificent.
Yeah.
What about the protector? That one feels comforting and reassuring.
The protector embodies the energy of safety, security, and boundaries.
Okay.
It's about feeling protected,
Right.
both physically and emotionally.
Okay.
Having the strength to defend ourselves and those we care about.
It's like having a guardian angel watching over us,
Yeah.
that sense of security that allows us to move through the world with confidence.
Precisely. The protector encourages us to cultivate healthy boundaries, to trust our instincts, and to take steps to ensure our well-being.
It's about recognizing that self-care is not selfish.
Exactly.
It's essential. It's about having the strength to say no when necessary.
Right.
And protect our energy and our hearts. I'm realizing that these archetypes provide a framework for understanding not only ourselves, but also the dynamics of life itself.
That's a great observation. And as we delve deeper into the remaining servants,
Right.
we'll see how those dynamics play out, how each archetype contributes its unique energy and perspective to this cosmic dance.
Okay, I'm ready for more. What's next on our agenda?
Let's explore the protester, the road opener, and the saint.
Okay.
They deal with standing up for what we believe in, creating opportunities,
Uh,
and seeking divine guidance.
okay, the protester sounds like a fiery and rebellious energy. What's the essence of this archetype?
The protester embodies righteous anger,
Okay.
the courage to speak truth to power,
Right.
and the willingness to fight for what's right, even when it's unpopular.
Oh.
It's about standing up for our beliefs, advocating for justice,
Right.
and challenging systems of oppression.
It's about that fire in our belly,
Yeah.
that sense of outrage when we see injustice,
Yeah.
and that willingness to take a stand, even when it's uncomfortable or risky.
Exactly. The protester encourages us to find our voice, to use it to advocate for positive change, and to never be afraid to challenge the status quo.
It's about recognizing that our voices matter,
Yeah.
that we have the power to make a difference, and that silence is complicity.
That's right. But what happens when we feel stuck?
Right.
Like there are obstacles blocking our path.
Yeah.
That's where the road opener comes in.
Okay, the road opener, that one sounds like a beacon of hope and possibility. Tell me more.
The road opener represents the energy of removing obstacles, creating opportunities, and paving the way for success.
Okay.
It's about those synchronicities that align in our favor. Those unexpected breakthroughs,
Right.
that sense of momentum that propels us forward.
It's like having a cosmic GPS guiding us towards our goals,
Yeah.
clearing the path
Yeah.
and opening doors to new possibilities.
Beautifully put. The road opener encourages us to trust in the unfolding of our journey, to believe in our dreams, and to take those inspired actions that lead us towards our desired outcomes.
It's about recognizing that the universe conspires to support us when we're aligned with our purpose and taking those courageous steps forward. What about the saint? That one feels sacred and divine.
The saint embodies divine connection,
Okay.
spiritual guidance, and the power of prayer.
Okay.
It's about seeking support from a higher power, surrendering our worries and fears,
Right.
and trusting in the benevolent forces of the universe.
It's like having a direct line to the divine,
Yeah,
a sense of knowing that we're never truly alone
right.
and that we can always call upon a higher power for guidance and support.
Precisely. The saint encourages us to cultivate a practice of prayer, meditation, or any form of spiritual connection that resonates with us.
Okay.
It's about nurturing our faith, trusting in the unseen forces at play,
Right.
and believing that miracles are possible.
It's about remembering that we're part of something much larger than ourselves.
Yes.
That we're loved and supported.
Uh-huh.
And that we can always find solace and guidance in the realm of the spirit. It's incredible. We've explored so many fascinating archetypes.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling more and more drawn to this system.
That's the beauty of the 40 Servants. It offers such a rich and nuanced understanding of the human experience, reflecting the full spectrum of our emotions, our desires, and our potential.
Right.
Each archetype invites us to explore a different aspect of ourselves, to learn and grow, and to ultimately become more whole and integrated beings.
This is truly mind-blowing. I'm so glad we're taking this deep dive together. What can you tell us about the next group of servants?
Let's explore the seer, the sun, and the thinker.
Okay.
They deal with intuition, radiant energy, and the power of the mind.
Okay, the seer sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
What's the essence of this archetype?
The seer embodies the energy of intuition, inner knowing, and the ability to perceive beyond the five senses.
Okay.
It's about trusting our gut feelings, paying attention to those subtle whispers of guidance, and accessing a deeper level of wisdom.
It's like having a sixth sense.
Yeah.
An inner compass that guides us towards our truth and our highest good.
Exactly. The seer encourages us to cultivate our intuition, to listen to those inner nudges, and to trust that we have an innate wisdom that can guide us through life's challenges.
It's about recognizing that we have access to a source of knowledge that goes beyond logic and reason.
That's right. What about the sun? That one feels radiant and powerful.
Yeah.
The sun embodies the energy of vitality, radiance, and creative expression.
Okay.
It's about shining our light, embracing our passions, and sharing our gifts with the world.
It's like having a source of infinite energy within us, a radiant force that empowers us to create and to shine.
Beautifully put. The sun encourages us to tap into our inner strength,
Right.
to cultivate a positive mindset, and to express ourselves authentically.
It's about recognizing that we're each a unique and valuable spark of the divine, and that we have a light to share with the world. What about the thinker? That one sounds like a master strategist.
The thinker embodies the energy of logic, analysis, and strategic planning.
Yeah.
It's about using our minds to solve problems, to make informed decisions, and to create effective plans.
It's like having a brilliant strategist on our team.
Yeah.
Someone who can help us navigate complex situations and come up with innovative solutions.
Exactly. The thinker encourages us to develop our critical thinking skills, to weigh the pros and cons, and to approach challenges with a clear and focused mind.
It's about recognizing that our minds are powerful tools that can be used to create positive change in our lives and in the world. This is incredible. We've explored so many fascinating archetypes already, and I'm feeling more and more drawn to this system.
That's the beauty of the 40 Servants.
Right.
It offers such a rich and nuanced understanding of the human experience, reflecting the full spectrum of our emotions, desires, and potential. Each archetype invites us to explore a different aspect of ourselves, to learn and grow, and to ultimately become more whole and integrated beings.
This is truly mind-blowing. I'm so glad we're taking this deep dive together.
Next week, Saturday 15th, we'll start the new stage on this channel. Will be about Necronomicon Magick by Chaos practitioners. Maybe not all practitioners use the Necronomicon mythos for magic, but who practice enjoy a lot. This is very important because there's a lot of books about it. So we must study day by day and a lot to improve our magic. There's a lot to be studied about it. So I wait for you. Bye.
What can you tell us about the next group of servants?
Let's explore the witch, the unifying sigil, and then delve into some interesting connections and synergies between the servants.
Okay, the witch sounds mysterious and magical. What's the essence of this archetype?
The witch embodies the energy of magic, transformation, and the power to manifest our desires.
Right.
It's about tapping into our inner wisdom, connecting with the unseen forces of the universe, and creating the reality we want.
It's like having a magic wand at our disposal.
Right.
The ability to weave spells and shape our destiny.
Well, it's not quite as simple as waving a wand.
Right.
But there's definitely an element of magic and manifestation with the witch. It encourages us to explore different spiritual practices,
Right.
to connect with our intuition, and to believe in our own power to create change.
It's about recognizing that we're all magical beings,
Yeah.
capable of creating incredible things when we align with our intentions and tap into the unseen forces around us.
Exactly. What about the unifying sigil? That one sounds powerful and intriguing.
Yeah.
The unifying sigil isn't technically one of the 40 servants,
Right.
but rather a symbol that represents their combined energy. It's like a focal point for the entire system,
Okay.
a way to connect with the collective power of all the archetypes.
So it's like a master key that unlocks the full potential of the 40 servants.
Exactly. The unifying sigil can be used in rituals, meditations, or any practice where you want to invoke the combined energy of all the servants. It's a powerful tool for amplifying your intentions and connecting with a larger spiritual force.
I'm really starting to see the depth and complexity of this system. It's not just about individual archetypes. It's about understanding how they relate to each other and how we can work with their combined energy.
That's a key insight. And Tommie Kelly,
Yeah.
the creator of the 40 servants,
Yeah.
actually provides some helpful guidance in the Grimoire
Okay.
about how certain servants are linked by their nature or work well together for specific purposes.
Okay, I'm all ears. What insights can we gain from seeing these servants together?
Well, one interesting group is linked by the theme of restriction.
Okay.
The monk, the chaste, the devil, and the opposer.
That's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
I can see how they all relate to limitations and boundaries in some way.
Exactly. The monk is about simplifying our lives,
Right.
which can involve self-imposed restrictions. The chaste is about discipline and self-control,
Uh-huh.
also a form of restriction. The devil represents those limiting beliefs that hold us back,
Right.
while the opposer represents external forces that restrict our freedom.
So it's a spectrum of restriction, from those we choose to those that are imposed upon us. How might this awareness, guide our understanding of these energies?
It encourages us to examine the nature of limitations in our lives.
Uh-huh.
Are we holding ourselves back with unnecessary restrictions?
Right.
Are we battling external forces that are hindering our growth?
Uh-huh.
By understanding this interplay,
Right.
we can start to consciously work with these energies,
Right.
either embracing necessary boundaries or breaking free from those that no longer serve us.
That's a powerful insight. It shifts the perspective from feeling restricted to seeing limitations as, potential areas for growth and liberation.
Right. What other connections did Kelly highlight?
Okay.
Another interesting pairing is the mother and the father, which obviously represents parental guidance.
That makes sense. They offer different
Yeah.
but complementary forms of support.
Exactly. The mother is all about nurturing,
Right.
unconditional love, and protection,
Uh-huh.
while the father represents guidance,
Right.
discipline, and teaching us to be self-reliant.
It's like the yin and yang of parenting, the balance between love and structure that helps children thrive.
Yeah.
And, that balance is so crucial. And it makes me wonder if working with these two servants could help us cultivate that balance within ourselves, regardless of our childhood experiences.
That's a great point. It highlights how these archetypes can help us heal old wounds and create a more balanced and integrated sense of self.
Right?
And speaking of integration, let's move on to a trio that focuses on teaching and learning. The father, the guru, and the librarian.
Okay, I see the connection there. They each represent a different aspect of knowledge and education.
Precisely. The father, as we discussed,
Well.
teaches us through life experiences and challenges. The guru offers practical wisdom and guidance, while the librarian provides access to theoretical knowledge and information.
It's like a holistic approach to learning, encompassing experience,
Yeah,
practical skills, and theoretical understanding.
exactly. It's not just about accumulating knowledge, it's about integrating it into our lives, applying it in practical ways, and allowing it to shape our understanding of the world. Kelly also provides insights into which servants work well together for specific purposes.
This is getting really interesting. I love the idea of these servants collaborating and each bringing their unique strengths to the table.
Yeah, can you give me some examples of powerful pairings?
Yeah.
Absolutely. For instance, if you're feeling overwhelmed and out of control,
Right.
the monk and the chaste can help restore balance and create a sense of peace and simplicity.
Yeah, that makes sense. The monk helps us declutter and simplify,
Right.
while the chaste helps us set boundaries and prioritize what's truly important.
Exactly. Or If you're embarking on a new course of study,
Right.
the librarian, the guru, and the father can offer a powerful combination of knowledge, practical skills, and guidance.
That's brilliant. The librarian provides the foundational knowledge.
Yeah.
The guru teaches us how to apply it.
Right.
And the father offers wisdom and support as we navigate the challenges of learning and growth.
That's right. What if someone's feeling blocked creatively? Are there any servants that could help with that?
Yeah?
Absolutely. For those seeking to enhance their creativity,
Okay.
the idea, the giver, and the road opener can create a dynamic flow of inspiration, resources, and opportunities.
I love that. The idea sparks the initial inspiration.
Right?
The giver provides the support and resources we need.
Yeah.
And the road opener clears the path for our creative endeavors to flourish.
Exactly. These are just a few examples, but hopefully they give you a sense of how versatile this system is.
It's like having a whole team of spiritual advisors at our disposal, each with their own unique expertise and guidance to offer.
That's a great way to put it. And the beauty of it is that it's constantly evolving.
Right.
As we work with the servants.
Yeah.
We deepen our understanding of their energies, discover new ways to integrate their wisdom into our lives.
It's like a lifelong journey of self-discovery and spiritual exploration, guided by these powerful archetypes. Speaking of exploration, you mentioned that Kelly has some thoughts on reversals,
Yeah.
even though he doesn't see them as essential in this system. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. As we touched on earlier,
Yeah.
Kelly doesn't see reversals as strictly necessary.
Okay.
Because each servant embodies both positive and negative aspects. However,
Okay.
he acknowledges that some people may find it helpful to consider reversals in certain situations.
So it's more about understanding the nuances of each archetype, recognizing that they can manifest in different ways, depending on the context.
Exactly. It's about seeing the full spectrum of each servant's energy, recognizing that even those who seem challenging or negative have valuable lessons to teach us.
Yeah, it's like recognizing that every coin has two sides,
Yeah.
and that both are essential to the whole.
Well said. And that's a key takeaway from working with the 40 servants. It's not about seeking perfection or avoiding challenges. It's about embracing the fullness of life.
Right.
The light and the shadow,
Okay.
the joys and the sorrows,
Yeah.
and recognizing that each experience, even the difficult ones, has the potential to teach us and help us grow.
This deep dive has been incredible. I'm feeling so inspired and empowered to explore these archetypes even further.
That's wonderful. And remember, the most important thing is to approach the system with an open mind and a willingness to experiment. Find what resonates with you, trust your intuition, and allow yourself to be guided by the wisdom of these 40 servants.
This has been an amazing journey. But before we wrap up, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on one more fascinating aspect of the 40 servants. The idea that they're not just personal archetypes,
Right.
but also collective energies that become more powerful the more we work with them.
That's a fascinating concept, isn't it? Kelly suggests that the 40 servants were created to be used, that the more attention they receive, the more powerful they become for everyone.
Yeah, it's like we're all contributing to this collective pool of archetypal energy,
Right.
amplifying their power through our interactions with them.
Exactly. And that raises some intriguing questions.
Yeah.
What happens when a system like this gains widespread recognition and use?
Right.
What potential does it hold for individuals?
Yeah.
And perhaps even for society as a whole?
Those are big questions.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're participating in a grand experiment, exploring the power of collective consciousness and the potential for archetypes to shape our reality.
It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? And I think that's what makes the 40 servants so compelling. It's not just a system for personal divination or magic. It's a doorway to exploring the mysteries of consciousness,
Right.
the interconnectedness of all beings,
Wow.
and the power of archetypes to shape our world.
This has been an incredible deep dive. We've covered so much ground.
We have.
And I feel like I've only just begun to scratch the surface of this fascinating system.
Yeah, it feels like there's so much more to discover and uncover,
Yeah.
so many layers to explore. I'm already feeling inspired to pick up the Grimoire and start experimenting.
That's the perfect next step.
Yeah.
And remember,
Yeah,
you don't have to go it alone.
right.
There's a growing community of people who are working with the 40 servants.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Connecting with others can enrich your experience and offer new perspectives.
That's a good point.
Mm.
Sometimes, those aha moments come from unexpected conversations and shared insights. Exactly. And as more people connect with these archetypes, it'll be fascinating to see how that collective energy shapes our understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
It's almost like we're all co-creating this tapestry of meaning.
Right.
Each interaction with the 40 servants adds a new thread to the pattern.
That's a beautiful image.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the potential of this system.
Right.
It's not just about personal growth.
Right.
It's about contributing to something larger than ourselves.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener. It's shifted my perspective on what's possible, both individually and collectively.
That's what we hoped for. The 40 servants offer a unique lens through which to view the world.
Yeah.
A way to tap into the hidden currents of energy that shape our experiences.
And for our listeners, if you're feeling intrigued, I encourage you to explore the 40 servants further. Pick up the Grimoire, connect with others who are working with this system, and see how these archetypes can guide and inspire you on your own journey.
It's a journey filled with fascinating insights and transformative possibilities.
Well said. And remember,
Yeah.
the most important thing is to approach this system with curiosity, an open mind, and a willingness to experiment.
Absolutely.
Find what resonates with you, trust your intuition, and allow yourself to be guided by the wisdom of these 40 servants.
Beautifully put.
Until next time, keep diving deep, keep exploring, and keep embracing the magic of life.
Farewell.
We bring solutions to the lost and blind. Archetypes of magic, born from pure design. An oracle for now, a perfect guide in time. Every servant has a power, a force that's real.